guys, it's me Crystal. I have my hair braided today, and also today I'm doing my February TBR. So there is going to be some overlap between my TBR and my book haul for this month, but I decided to make them two separate videos so that one of them wouldn't get too long. So the video wouldn't be too long because I talk a lot or something. Anyway. So I'm going to start with this picture book since I already read them. And the first one is The Giving Tree by Shel Silverstein. This is about this little boy who is friends with this tree, and as he grows up, the tree gives him her apples, her branches, and even her trunk until she's just a stump left. It's probably the saddest picture book I've ever read, and I really liked it for some reason when I was younger, and I still like it now. While I was being nostalgic, I picked up Where the Wild Things Are by Marie Sendak. This is about this little boy who gets transported to this monster world, and he gets to hang out with these monsters and play games with them, and they're like friendly, and I love the artwork. Although I notice a lot of kids books, like they have dust jackets, and then like you have the same exact cover under the dust jacket. I don't know, maybe that's so they can put more information on the book, but I always think it's kind of weird. Next on the list is Nosferatu by Joe Hill. This is an adult supernatural thriller. I'm listening to the audiobook, and the narration is fantastic. It is about this woman who works as a nurse in this prison for the criminally insane, and she's tending to patients who are in comas, and one of them is this guy who used to kidnap children, and like apparently they never found these kids, like no bones or anything, and the guy is like some kind of twisted, dark, creepy Santa Claus, and she has this little boy who's around the same age as the children that would disappear to Christmas land. And so anyway, it sounds really dark and really creepy, and anyway. So I have a couple poetry books on the list. I have Pillow Thoughts by Courtney Peppernell. This sounds like it's full of emotional poetry, and I like emotional poetry, so I'm hoping I will like this. And then I also have Good Morning, Good Night, Little Pep Talks for Me and You by Lin-Manuel Miranda. This is illustrated and has a lot of short poetry in it, so it should be a lot of fun to read. Next on the TBR is Snow White Sorrow by Cameron Jace. This is a Snow White retelling, obviously, where Snow White is some kind of creature or some kind of monster, and it sounded fantastic. And of course, if you know me at all, fairy tales, and I had to get this as soon as I saw the cover. Snow White looks crazy. Then on the TBR, I have Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. If you're wondering why I have this cover instead of the regular cover, I will explain that in my book haul. But in case you don't know, this is a YA paranormal about this girl who moves to this gloomy, rainy town. She meets this sparkly vampire guy and falls in love with them and like gets into some danger. So after I read the Twilight graphic novel last month, I decided I wanted to read the novel. So, next on the TBR, I have Unlocked by Margot Kelly. This is a contemporary YA. I think it might have like some supernatural elements because on the back of the book it says that somebody died in a car accident and the main character blames herself, and then eerie things start to happen. And I don't know what this carnival has to do with the plot, but I hope it has a lot to do with it because I love carnival themes, especially creepy carnival themes. So I've been really looking forward to this, so I'm glad to have it on the TBR this month. And the last book on the TBR is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. This is the cover. I'm currently reading this book, so I took the cover off because I worry about the dust jackets getting damaged, and this cover is beautiful. But also, lucky for me, the book is beautiful. Like, what kind of magic is this? But anyway, this is about this town where these 3 witches were drowned a long time ago, and so now once a year they come back on land and drag some poor boy to an early watery grave, and it sounds really, really good. I'm assuming the main character is going to be falling for the guy who is chosen to die this year, but we'll see. So these are all the books on the TBR minus the picture books and the audiobook. I will admit that my TBR this month is a little heavy. I'm not writing right now, so I just decided I'll just read a lot. So hopefully things will go as good this month as they went last month. But if not, my actual goal for this month is only to read 5 books. I just put more books on the TBR. One, because they were picture books and poetry books, and those don't typically take me that long to read. But also, like, just in case I was just like reading up a storm and wanted a couple more books to read, so I wouldn't be like scrambling around, oh no, what do I want to read? So so let me know if you've read any of these books, what you thought about them, if you're thinking about reading any of these books. And I hope you're having a good month so far, and I hope you're having a good time reading and that you're reading some good books. And I will see you guys next week with the book haul for all the books that I've bought recently. And until then, bye.